Yeah.
So you want to see what is symmetry? Actually, no. What's the opposite of symmetry?
Asymmetry?
Yeah, maybe.
Mr. Rogers.
Like an old person with technology.
Love it.
I brought some material.
Started writing down the comedic material.
Some of it's just notes, things that I think about. Like, do you ever, when you watch movies or TV shows, like you wonder, like, where's that prop at?
No, what do you mean?
Like just a random prop. Like I was watching Seinfeld, and Elaine walked into a room and she was bouncing a ball. I was like, where's that ball today?
Right now?
Like right now, where's that ball? And I always look at food when people are eating. I'm like, that food's not there anymore. Or if it's an old movie and you just see like a cat like walk in the background, I'm like, oh, that cat's dead. I'm not happy about it. I like cats. Here's something else. Illiterate people doing word searches. Like, how do they know that they got the word right? Like, hey, I finished this thing. What? That's not even a word. What does mean?
Didn't you say, I don't know if you want to admit, wasn't that based on a real person?
That's based on a real person. A lot of these are based on real persons.
Brilliant.
People.
Russell Brand would not be proud of you.
Who's illiterate now?
He's very inarticulate.
So, here's another thing that I took down. So, me and my wife, we were at a hotel.
Oh, I don't need to know all this, man.
Yeah, you're gonna like this. Just kidding. We were at a hotel, like in the restaurant part of the hotel, and this lady was getting a to-go order, or just like ordering food and then taking it up to her room, and like they handed her the bag, and she said, "Is it all in here?" Like that bothered me. Like he's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm gonna wait till you get to your room so you get mad about it."
I'm gonna wait like 2 hours.
Yeah, is it all in
Bring the
here?
rest.
Nah. Like, what kind of response do you want from that? Calm down. You see, that was, other than I've been told I have LA Facebook.
Why did you type?
I just thought it was funny. Like, I want to use it in a context. So, you know how we used to talk about Jay-Z doing, like, Beatles lines?
Yes.
Like, I know I told you about Strawberry Fields. Like, I want to have, like, the opposite of that and have, like, comedians, like, saying, like, lines from rap songs. It's not funny, but it made me laugh the other day. And I was picturing Jerry Seinfeld saying this line.
So that was what is the guy's name? What is the rap? Sir Mix-a-Lot. You said it was.
Yeah, it's a Sir Mix-a-Lot line.
But why would he say that? Why did he say the line?
No, like, okay, so you know in the old song "Baby Got Back" at the end, where
the
like
greatest song ever written.
Sure, it's great, empowering song for women.
Great feminist anthem.
At the end, where it's like all like the turntable scratches, it's saying "LA face with an Oakland booty."
Oh, now why do you know that?
I've heard that song for a million years, and I finally was like, oh, wait a minute, that's what they're saying. So
I've never would have known that.
I just want somebody to use that in a conversation. Like, you know, I've been told I have an LA face with an Oakland booty. And it would be like funnier if it was just some old guy.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Been told that I've got an LA face with an Oakland booty.
It's not a bad Caine.
That's a terrible
It wasn't the worst Caine I've ever heard.
Really?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I'm not good at Michael Caine. I've been working on Seinfeld a bit.
Give me some Seinfeld.
I've been told I have an LA face.
Him saying that sentence made it for me.
Who's buying these booties and why are they in Oakland?
I never go to Oakland.
Yeah. Another thing, I have greeting cards. Why do they fold them? Why can't you just give somebody like a greeting flyer? Like, here. Well, you want to put something else on it? Flip it over. Like, why does it have to be folded?
Why does it have to be?
Your guess is as good as mine. That's not even funny. That's just an observation. That Princess Bride is the most perfect movie ever made.
I've never seen it. We've talked about this.
That's disheartening.
Yeah, I got a friend, Heather. We talked about how she said I need a moviefication.
Yep.
I consider myself a great film buff, but I haven't seen a lot of shit.
Mm.
I guess a lot of shit from the 80s I haven't seen. People are like, oh, the Goonies, you haven't? I'm like, no, I've never.
That's another one.
Yeah, Willy Wonka from 70s, never saw it.
Yeah, I think we had that conversation too.
We did.
Yeah.
You cursed me out, I think.
Probably.
Yeah. Call me the N-word.
No, that didn't happen.
Incredibly uncomfortable.
That did not happen. Please edit that out.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't.
No.
Let's agree.
It didn't happen.
Let's agree to disagree.
I would give out my Twitter handle, but
you don't want to give out the Twitter handle.
It's just boring. Most of the stuff I tweet about is professional wrestling, and then my hatred for leadership in this nation, and then pretty much like anytime bad stuff happens to people who aren't white, because you know we got it pretty good, the whites.
The Caucasians.
The Caucasians.
Yeah, I went to your Twitter page.
Yeah.
And you speaking out bravely about your hatred of the leadership of our country made me very proud to know you. I thought it was really awesome and inspiring.
Well, I remember growing up and you're in school and you're always reading about like these other countries and how they're corrupt and their leaders are terrible people. And we're like, those guys suck. And then it was like 2 days ago, I'm like, we're those guys now.
Oh,
like people are reading about us going like,
yeah,
guys. That's the other thing. I've always wanted to read a world history book written from another perspective, from another country. Because like in every history book, it's like, oh, we never did anything wrong. Those Indians wanted those beads for that entire land, like that entire island. It's not like, hey, we got them drunk, and then, here, you want these shiny beads? And then whenever they sobered up, they're like, wait a minute. And they're like, well, don't be an Indian giver. That's where it comes from.
Is it?
Yeah. Don't be a you giver. How do you feel about ties? Like shirts and ties?
I don't own any.
Do you think it's...
I like how deeply you phrase it. How do you feel? I'm not against it, sir.
Are you pro tie?
Let's make this perfectly clear.
It's just a piece of fabric. And it's like, you have to have this piece of fabric around your neck to work at some places.
Yeah, it's true.
We get it, you're qualified, but if you show up without that piece of fabric, you gotta go home. It's weird to me.
That is, I've never thought about that.
Remember the simple things conversation I had with you? Like, I just think about like when you break things down to like its most simple form, it's really stupid.
I think most human behavior, if you do that, yeah.
Just
that's
anything.
True.
Like I don't smoke anything, but like it's illegal to smoke marijuana in most places. So the idea is it's illegal for you to take this plant that grows in the ground, light it on fire, and breathe in the smoke.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Simple things. Like fertilizer.
Even the fertilizer thing.
So fertilizer is shit, right? It's normally from a cow. How do you market that? Think about it, because if something's shitty, it's bad. Yeah, I got a shitty car. I want your car. You know, oh, my house is shitty. Okay, well, I feel bad for you. But like,
it's usually a bad thing. Yeah.
But hey, our shit is shittier than their shit. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, how do you market that?
Or maybe it's the same way. So you say like, we've got the least shittiest shit.
Maybe, but then that means it doesn't work good.
That's true.
Listen, if you're gonna put anything in your garden that comes out of a cow's butt, make it our cows. Like, it's just weird to me.
How do they even sell that? How have people sold it this far?
I don't think I've ever seen a fertilizer commercial before.
So either.
I don't know.
You never see people with fertilizer shirts on.
Yeah. So we just talked about shit. Now you want to talk about pee? Urine?
Listen, these people are already watching a very noble program right now, so yeah.
You're about to get demonetized.
I should be demonetized.
You should.
Go ahead.
So I was at the beach and I really had to pee and I didn't because I was worried that like my wife might get stung by a jellyfish and I wouldn't be able to help her out.
It's horrible. I just have a visual of you peeing on your wife now.
Yeah, I can show you a video.
This is gonna be the last show, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
You're gonna have to move now.
Yes, I'll move to Alaska.
Really?
No.
And then the last one I have is when you go to a hibachi restaurant, at least you can see if they spit in your food.